to like prop myself up. Okay. Oof. So welcome to the vlog. It is February 1st, the first day of February. So happy February. And the first day of February has not been a good day for me. I have thrown up twice today, and it's been a while since I've had problems with vomiting because I've been doing a majority liquid diet, which decreases my vomiting so much. So I vomited twice today for the first time in a while, and it was a lot. I left work a little bit early because I felt really bad, and I threw up on myself in my car on my way home from work. And then when I got home, I threw up all over the bathroom floor. So yeah. So I have some updates to give. I'm not even sure where to start, honestly. It has been exactly a week since my appointment with my gastroenterologist. Now, technically, the appointment that I had on the 25th was not with my actual gastroenterologist. It was with one of her PAs. She has multiple PAs. I met with one of them in person in June, and I've now met with her other PA, and that was the online appointment that we filmed that's already up on the channel that I had on the 25th of January. And that appointment, in my opinion, went well, and it also went how I expected it would. They were concerned about my weight loss. They told me to eat more, which, as you guys know, I'm eating as much as I physically can, but just given my symptoms, it's very, very difficult to get above a certain threshold. And I tried to explain that to them, but anyway, was told to eat more. Also, I got put on a new medication, and the new medication is called like Desipramine, or I don't know what it's called actually. I don't know what the medication's called, so I'm gonna have to go into the kitchen and look and see what it's called. Let's see. Maybe it's in the living room. Yeah, it's in the living room. All right, so this new medication is called Desipramine. I'll put the name on the screen or something. And I'm taking 10 milligrams every day. I started Wednesday night. So I've been taking this since Wednesday night. And that means I've been taking it for a full 7 days so far. And so far, I have not noticed any difference at all on this medication. Now, the doctor did say that it will probably take me a while to notice a difference on the medication. It'll probably take me a month or more to notice a difference. So it's fine that I don't notice a difference. I looked it up, and I am taking a 10th or a 20th of the dose if I was being prescribed this for depression. So they're giving me a super tiny dose of this antidepressant and hoping that it will decrease my GI pain. If y'all saw the vlogs from last week, you will know that right before my appointment with my gastroenterologist, I was having a pretty good week, and I was eating more than I had in a couple months. And I was feeling pretty good. Well, I mean, for me, like I was eating about 1,500 calories a day, which is high for me for a few days, and I was feeling good, and I was feeling a little more hopeful. And after the appointment, my pain and all my symptoms just got way worse. It was almost like my body was behaving so that I would be more positive at the appointment. And then as soon as the appointment was over, my body was just not behaving. And it's been rough. I've had a lot of that upper abdominal pressure pain. It's been really affecting me. That's the pain that caused me to throw up twice today and to be super nauseous. So that's been frustrating. And I've been doing liquids this whole week. This entire week, I've been drinking Kate Farm shakes for my only food because I haven't been able to eat solids. And I don't know when I'll be able to tolerate solids again, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to tolerate solids by the end of the week because Robert and I found this really cool low FODMAP brisket recipe with like pecans and pomegranate juice and different herbs, and it just looks really good. Robert found this brisket on sale, and so he bought it because doing the low FODMAP diet's pretty meat-based. Robert likes to cook meat. He likes to eat meat. It's like, we got this brisket on sale, so we're gonna cook that and film it for you guys in a couple of days. So hopefully by then I'll be able to tolerate solids and I'll be able to enjoy some of that brisket. Given that I've been on the Kate Farm shakes, I brought a prop. Given that I've only been able to eat these the whole week, I have not started the low FODMAP diet, obviously. These are dairy-free and they are gluten-free. So they're kind of close to being low FODMAP, except they have pea protein in them, which is not low FODMAP, and they have some of these phytonutrient extracts, and those are not low FODMAP. So that's, or I guess polynutrient blend of extracts, and those are not low FODMAP. So anyway, the other thing that happened after my appointment is I did not poop for 4 days. So on Wednesday, I went to the bathroom because I drank like a ton of coffee and I was really anxious before my appointment. And then I did not poop on Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday. And so Monday, I was like, oh my gosh, I have not pooped in 4 days. This is probably not helping my situation, and that's probably part of why I'm feeling worse, right? So I was like, I'm not going to make the mistake that I made before and chug 3 capfuls of MiraLAX. So what I decided to do is what my doctors often recommend me to do, which I've done on and off for over a year, which is to take a capful of MiraLAX every day. And then it just helps everything be better and more normal. And theoretically, it should be totally fine, painless, barely affect me, theoretically. So on Monday morning, I took 1 capful of MiraLAX with some cranberry juice and some Spindrift, my new favorite way to take MiraLAX. Did that Monday morning, did that Tuesday morning, and did that this morning. So 1 cup of MiraLAX each of those 3 mornings. Nothing happened like that was bad on Monday. Nothing happened that was bad on Tuesday. Today has been very, very unpleasant. So it has been the exact same situation that I was in when I took 3 capfuls in one night. It has been that exact same situation where I've just been completely feeling like out of control of the situation, in a ton of intestinal pain. It's almost like the MiraLAX is putting way too much water into my intestines and they're not able to handle it. And so my intestines have just like felt just in so much pain the whole day, from my chest all the way down to my like pelvic kind of area, just so much pain, so much churning and gurgling, very liquid bowel movements, just urgency. It's been really uncomfortable and awful. I have barely been able to drink water. I did have my Kate Farm shakes, but obviously given that I threw up, I kind of regret having them. And I don't know why I cannot tolerate MiraLAX anymore, but I just can't. I don't know if it's because my diet is so low in fiber now, and it's just, I don't know what's happening, but it's putting way too much water into my intestines, and then I'm having these terrible reactions. And it's not just the fact that I'm going to the bathroom more. Like, if it was just that, I could handle that. But I will have an entire day of going to the bathroom more and being super nauseous and having more of that upper abdominal chest kind of pressure pain. And I'll have a ton of intestinal pain. And it's just a fully like physically miserable day and very emotionally draining. And so my doctors always encourage me to just like, as a matter of course, to take the 1 capful of MiraLAX a day. But given that I've had this terrible reaction to it twice now, and this time it was from doing it exactly what my doctor recommends, which is to take 1 capful a day, I can't do that. But I also can't do nothing, because if I do nothing to help my motility, then I just don't go to the bathroom for days and days and days. I'm at that point now. So I feel kind of stuck. And this is not how it was in December and November. I was still going to the bathroom without help. It's just this month where it's gotten to the point where I don't go to the bathroom unless I take something. It's just this month where that development has happened. So that's really irritating. This has not been... I've had stool burdens and stuff all through 2022, and I made a lot of videos about it and talked about the different interventions that I did, but it was always at least every other day to every couple of days I was going, whether I was using interventions or not. And now this month it's gotten to the point where I won't go for days on end unless I use interventions. But obviously MiraLAX, my favorite laxative, my comfort laxative, is no longer working. It's causing me to have incredibly awful reactions, taking it as prescribed. I'm taking it as prescribed. 1 capful a day, and I'm miserable. So yeah, so I messaged my doctor, my gastroenterologist, not the PA, my gastroenterologist today, and I explained the situation. I was like, look, I've gotten to the point with my bowels where if I don't use interventions, I'm not going to go to the bathroom. That is new this month. It used to be, my bowel motility has been slowing down progressively as my other symptoms have gotten worse, as I've been eating less. It has slowed down. But in November and December, I was still able to go, even sometimes multiple times a day, just living my life and eating what I could and not using interventions unless I decided to. Whereas now I've gotten to the point to where if I don't do anything, I just won't go. So yeah, so I explained that to my doctor in a My Chart message. I explained the whole situation, just saying, hey, I want to use interventions for my bowels. I know you guys advised that I use interventions for my bowels because we've all agreed that I have bad intestinal motility. That is a known thing. That is a known thing that makes my symptoms worse. But the intervention that I've been using, MiraLAX, is causing all this stuff to happen. What I just told you guys, but obviously I told it to her in more detail. And I requested, which I never thought I would do, I requested that we try Linzess again. I never thought that I'd want to try Linzess again, but honestly, I do want to try it again because I just feel like I have no other option right now except for to try Linzess because the MiraLAX isn't working. I can't take my probiotics right now because of my SIBO test. And those were not really helping my motility that much anyway. And no other more natural remedy is helping anymore. Ginger's not helping. Any kind of herbal tea at all is not helping. I've tried every herbal mixture in the book. Nothing is helping. Although I haven't been drinking herbal tea that much lately because my stomach can't really handle it right now. It's weird with certain liquids at times, but nothing seems to really help natural intervention wise. And I can't just eat more fiber or anything like that because my stomach literally can't handle it. Even the Kate Farm shakes have a lot of fiber for what I can really handle practically in one sitting. So I don't feel like I have any other option. And the Linzess might honestly work at a lower dose because when I started to have a lot of problems with the Linzess, it was when I was taking the max dose. When I was on the max dose, that was when I started to have all the problems with urgency and super loose stools and feeling really uncomfortable on the Linzess and having pain from it and all those kind of symptoms that I was having when I stopped taking it at the end of July in 2022. In May, when I was taking it and I was on the lower dose, I wasn't having as many negative symptoms from it. I was generally having solid stools. It was just the fact that at that time, we all thought that my intestinal dysmotility was the thing driving all my symptoms. And so my doctors were pushing for that to be the thing that made me feel almost normal again. And because I was really sick still on the Linzess, that was what pushed them to max out my dose and then give me that really bad experience on the Linzess, which then lets me to stop taking it at the end of July before our summer vacation. So I messaged my doctor about, hey, can I get back on this potentially if you think it will help me? And I also told her that I'd like to start with the lowest dose, which I think is lower than what I've ever taken. Because I took 145 a day for a few weeks to a month, and then for about a month I was on the highest dose of 290 milligrams. But I think the absolute lowest dose is 70 milligrams. So I'd like to start with that and see if that helps, and then maybe go up. But I know I can't just go cold turkey on motility interventions. And the Desipramine that I'm on is only for abdominal pain. It is only to see if it can help the abdominal pain and to see if it can help me eat more. It has got nothing to do with motility at all. So if I don't get on Linzess, then I will have no options for helping my motility at all. And we all know that I have a big problem with motility all through my GI tract. So we have to figure something out for motility. And another thing is if I'm not doing something for my motility, my doctors are also not going to take me that seriously at my follow-up because they'll be like, well, maybe you'd be feeling better if you were doing something for your, motility. So yeah, I messaged her that. I haven't heard back from her about it yet. Whenever I do, if I start the Linzess, I'll make a video about it and talk to you guys about it. This is where I'm going to end the vlog. Those are all of my updates. There's technically a little bit more to say about my medical team because my medical team is going to be changing, but that is not for a couple of months, so I'll get into that when the time comes, and this video is already too long. But yeah, considering starting Linzess again, we'll see what happens.